The Pepsodent Show, starring Bob Hope.
When you're feeling lonesome, strictly on your lonesome, where there's life, remember there is still Bob Hope.
Thank you so much. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bob, middle of the winter Hope, telling you if you've got preserves in the cellar, use Pepsodent and you'll preserve what's under your smeller. Or, this is the Pepsodent Kid, Bob Hope, telling you to always use our product because it's better to have a sweet toot than to have them all go toot sweet. I'm a little tired tonight. I went down to get my license plates yesterday. I just got back. I must have been standing in the wrong line. When I got to the window, they handed me a uniform and a gun. You know what a license plate is? That's the last thing that whizzes over your head when you try to get across Hollywood Boulevard. I wouldn't say the line waiting for license plates was long. All I know is, when I finally got to the end of the line, I had to buy Colorado plates. One guy there almost got his license plates in 15 minutes, but his gun jammed. No prompting from the audience now. No, at least I had a good idea. Did that line move slowly? I didn't realize how slow it was moving until I went up to one old guy in line and said, "Have you been waiting long?" He said, "Long. Look, I can tuck my beard inside my diaper." I stood in line 3 days getting my license plates, and it wasn't worth all the trouble, I thought, as I shoved them under the door of the finance company. Yes, sir. You know, California automobile rules are very silly. The drivers have to put a license plate on the front of their cars and a license plate on the back, then they run over you sideways. And this year, California has something new in license plates. Besides the numbers on them, they're adding kings, queens, and jacks, so pedestrians can play solitaire while waiting for the ambulance. And, of course, the Chamber of Commerce insists that every license plate has a feather on it. That's so when you hit a pedestrian, he dies with a tickled expression. And, I must tell you, Bing Crosby, the mutter, is putting license plates on his horses. That way, when he enters a horse in a race, he'll know what year he sent him out. But isn't it wonderful to have every car numbered and cataloged? Now, if you get hit on the street, you just take down the license number, give it to a cop. He gives it to the sergeant. He gives it to the Motor Vehicle Bureau. They send it to the state capitol. They look all through their records. And 2 months later, they send you back the information that you were run over by your own wife. But you really have to be in condition to cross Hollywood Boulevard. No kidding. I'm a little flabby lately. I crossed the street this morning, and when I looked back, the rest of me was waiting for the light to change. But I always go for long walks along Hollywood Boulevard. Yesterday, I hiked 26 blocks, but she wouldn't look back once. And there's... You don't get that at first, and after a while, it grows on you. Then you hate yourself for it. But, And there's nothing like taking a long hike up into the mountains around here. If you go up high enough, you can see all the snow that's sitting there, waiting until it can melt so it can visit your house and take your whole family out to the beach. Hello, Hope Lost and Found Service. If we find it, brother, you've lost it.
Hello, Mr. Hope. Have you found a beautiful set of girls' teeth all gleaming and white and sparkling?
Uppers or lowers, Goodman, or can we sell you a compartment? Look, I'll let Art Baker handle that. He's in charge of our Finding Bright Teeth department. Hey, Baker, teeth, kid, teeth.
Oh, teeth. Okay, Bob. Thousands of pretty girls are prettier because they've found Pepsodent tooth powder. And thousands of smiles are brighter because they use it. Now, if you've lost a pretty smile, then here's an easy way to find it again. Just use new high-polish Pepsodent tooth powder. For not only does it contain irium, Pepsodent's patented super cleanser, but now Pepsodent tooth powder contains a new polishing agent called composite metaphosphate, also patented by Pepsodent and available only in Pepsodent. You see, it's not enough to just wash your teeth. You can get a lot of powders to do that. But if you want a bright, gleaming smile, you have to polish teeth, too. And that's no job for any halfway tooth powder. It takes one that's made for the job. It takes Pepsodent. For now, with its new polishing ingredient, Pepsodent has the power to produce a 32% greater luster on teeth than any other leading tooth powder. Actually, twice as bright as the average of all other brands. Just try Pepsodent tooth powder starting tonight, and in just a few days, you'll begin to see what we mean by more luster. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, to find that smile you thought was lost, just go to your druggist and say, Pepsodent tooth powder, please.
Ding dong, 4 bells for baby, and I do mean you. You're a new sensation, a revelation, you're like a glorious view. You're a soft white cloud in the blue, and I do mean you. You're an April shower, a scented bower, a lovely story that's new. You're the top, and I do mean you. Can't find words to tell you how grand you are.
You're everything to me, you're my favorite star. You're a
4-bell feature, a gorgeous creature, you're the reason I fell. Babe, you're really swell, and I do mean you. Listen, here's a scoop that'll knock you for a loop.
promise not to breathe a word. I don't know, I only heard what you call it at SRO, the scene with the Honorable so-and-so.
Ding dong, 4 bells for so-and-so. Can't find words to tell you how grand you are. You're everything to me, my favorite star. Whoa, 4-bell feature, gorgeous creature. You're the reason I fell. Babe, you're really swell, and I do mean you.
Yes, sir. That was our 6th hit to the miss singing Jimmy Fiddler's song, I Do Mean You. Jimmy 4-beller, yes, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present one of Hollywood's leading actors, soon to be seen in the Paramount picture The Mad Doctor, and familiar to all of you on the air as that super detective, Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Basil Rathbone.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, I'm really glad to welcome you here tonight, Basil. I've certainly enjoyed you as Sherlock Holmes. The part fits you to a T.
Well, thank you again, Bob.
You know, I wish I could find my niche in the radio world.
What was that?
Niche.
Well, scratch it, old boy.
But tell me, Basil, how does my program compare with yours?
No, it's very different. For instance, we don't have a studio audience at all.
Oh, then you mean you go through an entire program without any laughs?
Yes, but you see, we have an excuse.
I've got one, too. I forgot to run through the audience with my feather tonight. But I will say, though, Sherlock Holmes mysteries are really exciting, and I love that Dr. Watson.
Yes, he's wonderful. Nigel Bruce plays the part, you know.
Oh, he does a grand job. He makes an ideal partner for you.
Indeed he does. I realize it more than ever tonight.
Practically, I'm alone. Look, I appreciate you dropping in tonight, Basil. After all, we both work at Paramount. In fact, I have the dressing room right next to yours.
Oh, are you the one that has the dressing room right next to mine?
Yes, why?
Must you cook?
Well, I've got to do something with these eggs, but I couldn't resist it. I had to do it. But I like my new dressing room. You know, the last star who had it was a very distinguished actor.
Yes, too bad Rin Tin Tin died. You're still getting his MASH notes, aren't you?
That's a lie. Pauline, you ruined my straight line. I am not getting Rin Tin Tin's MASH notes. It's a lie.
Is that so? What about that note you got yesterday? Honey, meet me at the corner of Hollywood and Vine in half an hour. If that's okay, wag your tail out of the window.
Well, you know, one gets all kinds of fan mail. It's tough being a celebrity, isn't it, Basil?
It certainly is, Bob. You're not missing a thing.
Wait. You're razzmatazz tonight, Baz. Wait a minute. I'm well thought of at Paramount. You know that.
Yes, everybody on the lot has a good word for you.
They certainly do.
Yes, it's a good word. Too bad we can't use it on the air.
I don't know how you got all the laughs. I ought to have my mother look over the script. You know, Basil, our listeners would be interested in knowing how you ever learned to turn on such a wonderful, horrible sneer.
Oh, that's quite simple, Bob. I used to be a waiter in the Brown Derby.
Well, I thought maybe you'd been listening to this program.
No, that's where I get my snarl. I used it quite a bit in a picture I just finished at Paramount called The Mad Doctor. I go around killing all my patients.
Really? Say, well, how about giving the folks a Let's get together now. Come now. How about giving the folks a preview of The Mad Doctor tonight, Basil? Suppose I were going around selling magazines and I dropped into your office. What would happen to me?
Well, let's try it and see.
Oh, boy, what a job. Selling magazines from door to door. I've been walking all day. Boy, have I got blisters. Doggone, got a flat in my left toe. Gee, this is a big office building. I wonder if I should try this office. That's a lovely sign he's got on the door. Dr. Fennessy. That sounds menacing. Anybody in?
Yes, I'm the doctor. Speak up, young man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. I'm selling magazines. I'm working my way through.
Through what?
They're going to tell me after I sell the magazine.
Well, don't stand there staring at me.
Huh?
Why do you stare at me? Everybody stares at me. Why do they stare at me?
Well, maybe it's because you've got two heads.
Oh, so that's why I always have the feeling that somebody's looking over my shoulder. Excuse me a minute, old man. I have a patient in the next room with a slight headache. Couldn't let him suffer, you know. I say, young man, would you like to see my latest experiment?
Is that part of the 40-cent tour?
Yes, you see, my latest experience is very unique. Nobody ever thought of it before. I'm crossing a mouse with a mouse.
You crossed a mouse with a mouse? What did it get you?
Mouses.
Say, you know what? I think there's something wrong with you.
Yes, indeed. I was thwarted as a boy. I wanted to go to the circus. They wouldn't let me. I wanted to play baseball with the other kids. They wouldn't let me.
Why wouldn't they let you?
I had a contract with Hobby Lobby. Do you think my actions are a little strange?
Why, no, but if you must foam at the mouth, foam Pepsodent.
My friend, I could do a lot for you. I have one experiment I could perform, and it would make you a man with long, beautiful, golden curls.
Oh, I'd like that.
You'd like to have long, golden curls? Why?
I want to be the talk of the draft camp. They read.
Come over here and sit next to this machine.
Please, all I want you to do is buy my magazine. Buy my magazine.
I see you're starting to get hot under the collar. Collar! I'm not only nuts, I'm corny.
Well, look, Doctor, what are you going to do to me?
Now for my greatest experiment. When I turn this switch, you'll never think of anything but beautiful girls. All your life, you'll just think of Hedy Lamarr and Madeline Carroll.
Oh, gee, that's wonderful. Turn the switch, quick.
All right, here goes. Well?
Doc, something went wrong. It's terrible. All I can think of is Brenda and Cabina. I keep seeing their faces.
You say all you can think of is Brenda and Cabina?
Yes.
Couldn't let him suffer, you know.
Thank you, Basil. That Sherlock Holmes show you have every Sunday night for Goldmore Quinine Cold Tablets is sure swell. Stick around, Basil. Take it, Skinny, my man.
Ida, sweet as apple cider, sweeter than all I know. Come out in the silvery moonlight, of love we'll whisper so soft and low. Seems though I can't live without you. Listen, oh honeydew, Ida, I idolize you. I love you, Ida, did I do. Can't live without you. Listen, oh honeydew, Ida, idolize you. I love you, Ida, did I do.
That was Skinny Ennis singing Ida, ladies and gentlemen. Come in. Come in.
Dr. Hope?
No, you're a week late. I was Dr. Hope last week.
Oh,
This
yeah,
week there's
yeah.
no Hope. Oh, I mean, what am I saying? No doctor. I mean, no. Say, what do you want anyway?
I ain't got no friends. I can't even influence people. I want to be a Hyman.
Oh, just a minute, Bud. Here's a chap who can tell you what to do, or back he goes to time signals. Art Baker, tell him what's the matter.
That's easy. Well, the chances are, ladies and gentlemen, that our friend overlooked the greatest friend winner and people influencer of them all, his smile. Yes, the one thing that most quickly draws people to you is your smile. And take it from me, a smile has to flash. It has to glitter. It has to have brilliance. And that's why it's so important to polish teeth as well as clean them. Tooth powders that just wash teeth do only half a job. And that's why it's so important to choose Pepsodent tooth powder. For Pepsodent contains a new high-polishing agent available in no other tooth powder called composite metaphosphate. Scientific tests show that it has the power to produce 32% more luster on teeth than any other leading tooth powder. Actually, twice as bright as the average of all other brands. Now, think of this big 32% margin in terms of how much brighter your teeth can be, how much more charm your smile will have, and I'll bet you'll hurry to your druggist and say, Pepsodent tooth powder, please.
Marks the spot where my heart.
And now Bob Hope presents his version of X Marks the Spot. We take you now to the offices of the Daily Globe. Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
What's wrong, Chief? We're just getting out the late edition.
Stop the presses. Throw out the front page. We just got the biggest story of the year. He's been found.
Who's been found?
Yehudi.
Yehudi? Who's Yehudi?
Who's Yehudi?
Yes, who's Yehudi?
Okay, start the presses again.
Well, Chief, where's Bob Hope now?
He and Basil Rathbone are deep in a dark swamp, paddling their canoe, on the trail of Yehudi, the elusive Yehudi.
What a job. Paddling this big boat along is some job.
Oh, don't worry. We'll come to water pretty soon. Here's some now. Let's put the canoe in it. There, that's better.
I suppose this is all strange to you, Bob.
Oh, no, Basil, I've rushed into swamps lots of times before.
Well, that's radio, Bob. Say, aren't your feet getting a little damp?
Yes, right up to my waist. Say, maybe we should have got a canoe with a bottom in it, huh? Gosh, look at all the mountains surrounding this swamp.
Hello, Pike Pete.
Hi, Sierra.
You know, Bob, the trouble with this canoe is that you've got it too crowded with your baggage.
I know, Basil, but you told me I should take along everything I really needed.
I know, but after all, Bob, a full-length mirror.
Say, you know, it's spooky here in this swamp. Careful how you steer, Basil. Be careful. You're going to hit that tree. Weeping willow.
I hear a coyote.
I hear a wolf.
Going my way, babe?
Look, Bob. Let's get out of this canoe. There's a place my crew say Yehudi should be. That old hotel in the middle of the swamp.
What a hotel. Say, what are those black things flying around it? Look, here comes one now, flying right at us.
Hello, boys. Nice weather we're having day before yesterday, won't it be?
Nice weather we're having day before yesterday. Say, who are you?
Oh, we're just bats.
Come on, Bob. Here we are at the door of the hotel.
Basil, I don't like the looks of this place. Let's leave.
Oh, don't be silly, Bob. It's just an old hotel. There's probably nothing in it but spiders. One of the lodger kids.
Look, someone's opening the door.
Oh, come in, come in. Nice weather we're having. Isn't it a beautiful and balmy day?
Listen, miss. I'm Basil Rathbone. My friend and I came down here to do some detective work.
Oh, then come in the parlor. Mr. Moto is there.
Well, I'd like to meet Mr. Moto.
Fine. I'll raise the lid.
Bob, I'm frightened. There are shivers running up my spine.
Up your spine. Don't you mean up and down your spine?
No, they're too frightened to make the round trip.
Now, gentlemen, while you're at this hotel, remember, if you want anything, just ring for the skeleton.
You mean that skeleton over there, it still works here? How is that possible?
Strong union.
Basil, I'm a little afraid of this place. I'm glad I sent my special investigator, Pinkerton Colonna, on ahead to look for Yehudi here. If he followed the same trail we did, he must be in this hotel now. He should be reporting to me any minute.
You peeked? Say, Hope, I just found a wonderful clue. In this room here, I found the bathing suit Yehudi wears when he goes swimming in the lake at Hollywood and Vine.
Colonna, there's no lake at the corner of Hollywood and Vine.
You native son, you.
Mr. Hope, while you're talking with Detective Colonna, ask him to solve another mystery. There are 386 girls stopping at this hotel in 386 different rooms. And I just received complaints that in the last 5 minutes, each and every one of them was kissed by a mysterious masher.
Colonna, did you hear what the lady said?
Ah, yes. I've been a busy little bee, haven't I?
Who's that?
He's a bad bat. I caught him whitewashing himself this morning so he could go to Capistrano.
Well, come on, Bob. Now's our chance to investigate the hotel by ourselves.
Okay, we've got to find Yehudi. Let's look in this room here. You know, this is a hotel. Gee, Basil, I wonder what my right-hand man, Colonna, is doing now.
Hey, Chief, this is your right-hand man, Colonna, reporting. I think I've discovered Yehudi. He's here in a cage disguised as a lion, but he can't fool me. I'll reach in and pull off his disguise. Hey, Chief, this is your left-hand man, Colonna, reporting.
Professor, there's a lion in that room?
Yes, and there are also some turtles here I've been talking to. As I was saying, fellas, you don't pull your heads in fast enough. Now get ready to pull your necks in. 1, 2, 3, go! See? I beat you again.
Colonna, you're talking to turtles?
Yes, and they're very nice fellows, too.
We're very nice fellas, too.
Mock turtles.
Say, Colonna, have you found any trace of Yehudi? After all, I'm anxious.
You're anxious?
Yes.
Well, glad to know you're anxious. You know, Beatrice Fairfax and I have had many a good laugh from your letters.
Come on, Basil. He'll never help us. Let's see what's in this room over here.
Get your hands off of me, you dirty rat. Let me alone, I tell you. I'm going crazy. Why did you ever come into my life? Let me alone. All I want to do is die.
Oh, lady, is there anything we can do for you?
Yeah, get me one of those parts Betty Davis has been getting.
Say, Chief, what's the penalty in the state for resisting an officer?
The penalty, or you're in jail.
See, honey, you wouldn't want to waste a year, would you?
Professor, never mind that girl. What about Yehudi?
Oh, he doesn't care for me. Well, don't worry, Chief. I'm trailing Yehudi. He's walking across the ceiling, and I'm following him.
Kelowna, do you mean to tell me you're walking on the ceiling with your head hanging down?
Sure. Listen. Blood rushing to my head.
Kelowna, for your information, what you're doing is impossible. It's against the law of gravity for you to walk around the ceiling upside down.
You had to open your big mouth.
Come on, Bob. Let's look in this next room.
Oh, that woman. She's been feeding me ground glass. Ground glass. I've been eating all that ground glass. It's awful, and now I got the hiccup.
Oh, that's too bad. What have your hiccups got to do with it?
What have my hiccups got to do with it? See what I mean?
A very good idea, giving people ground glass. I'd like to give you some hope. What kind of glass do you like? Percolator grind, Silex grind, or French drip?
Basil, stop coming after me. You're not the mad doctor anymore. Help! I gotta get out of here. Kelowna! You call Kaya? What's wrong? Basil is after me. He thinks he's the mad doctor again. Leave me out of here, quick.
All right, follow me through this secret panel.
Kelowna, there's no secret panel there.
I know, I just found out. I'm on the wrong page.
So you're trying to help him escape, eh? I've got my trusty shotgun, though. Put up your hand.
Professor, he's got a shotgun. Watch out. He's heading straight for you. He'll kill you.
Oh, no, he won't. I'll hypnotize him. I'll stare at him with both eyes. I'll stare at him with one eye.
You're next, folks.
Oh, look, Basil, wake up. You're not the mad doctor. You're a guest on my program.
What do you think made me mad?
Again we go, and if you like the show, please dial Tuesday again. And though there's no admission to this show, a smile helps to get in. Thanks, Basil Rathbone, our guest, though we take a rest in Yehudi's quest. You were grand. Use Pepsodent, folks, 'cause next week, folks, we'll be back with the same gang and that grand little songstress, Judy Starr.
And, ladies and gentlemen, as a special added attraction, none other than Bob Hope.
Thank you, Bill Goodwin. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everyone. This is Bill Goodwin speaking for Pepsi.